Welcome to Sharing Science, Theology, Philosophy, and Spirituality. This is the LGBT Center for Science, Theology, Philosophy, and Spirituality. And we are here doing what we are calling the QSTPS Twitter handle or Twitter timeline. And this is where we're going to be looking at what is trending on Twitter that concerns the QSTPS, and also not only what's trending, but what people are discussing about concerning LGBTQ science, theology, philosophy, and spirituality. And so today I was on Twitter and I was really laughing my head off when Saturn happened to be the top trend on Kenyan Twitter, where we are. We're in Kenya, and 69.2k tweets on Saturn. Of course, other countries are tweeting about Saturn, but ironically, Kenya was tweeting a lot about Saturn because some two great gospel musicians were blaming Saturn for the mistakes they made in their life. And people have been talking about Saturn in different ways. Now we'll just see a few tweets. And they're saying, imagine being a gospel artist and then trending on Twitter together with Saturn. You can't even make this shit up. and then people are going on to say, God sends Kenyan gospel musicians to hell. And then some people talking about, then this is a great political activist, and he says, Kenya is a country where honesty is punished, a country where the evil rule. Church leaders and the imams will tell you to pray. Prayers are not bad, but it's not Satan stealing our money, grabbing our land, raping our children, and killing those who speak out. We need to act. So he is talking about people blaming Satan. And this is another lady. She's saying, how can you forget this story and move on when you've been infected with an incurable STI by a man who is blaming it on Saturn? And so, of course, it's a very sad story of sexual promiscuity. And, well, I don't want to call it promiscuity. It's just sexual liaisons. You know, we have sex. And STIs, whenever you have sex, you have to be prepared for receiving an STI. Yes, it's a fact, especially if you sleep with someone and you don't even bother to know their status, their health status. You cannot blame them for the disease you've got. You have to understand that. That's the reality of a sexual lifestyle. Maybe where you can blame somebody is where the person comes and tells you, when you ask them about their sexual health and they are not so honest with you. That's when you have to really tell them the truth about. But if they don't ask you about your sexual health and your health status, then you do not need to, you cannot blame a person for what will happen afterwards. Then another issue is you do not have to blame. Then you may know someone's sexual status, and then you wear a condom, and then it bursts, and then you get infected. So in such as, you have to be prepared for, expect the unexpected. That's what I'm just trying to say. And sometimes the safest way not to contract an STI is abstinence or even masturbation. Because you don't get an STI from masturbation, but you still get sexual pleasure. But the moment you have sex with somebody, be prepared for anything, because the condom can even burst, And are you going to blame Saturn for that? That's why I didn't put myself in this argument today on Twitter. Everyone is talking about it, and it's just made me we're starting this new playlist for Twitter, and we just wanted to look for we found a very interesting topic to talk about, because it's a theological concept. Saturn is a theological concept. And when I saw the Twitter trend, the Saturn's name, it gave me a lot of questions, and this is why I'm doing the video. I was questioning Saturn. Why, number one, who empowers Saturn? That's what I asked myself. Secondly, why did God not finish up with Saturn, since he is God's creation? Thirdly, is Saturn still God's angel? You know, those are the questions. So I had those questions in my mind, and I still have them, and I want to leave them to you. And we are going to do, those questions will form the basis of our study of the angelic beings and the extraterrestrial world according to different religions. And we will look at how other religions discuss about angels and about Saturn and about God. And this is what you need to understand about religion. Contrary to what you believe, in the past, you only believed about Saturn according to your religion. But today, you can study what other religions think about Saturn and other angels. And this is why I'm trying to put it to you. Ask yourself that if God empowered Saturn, which it is true, he empowered him, why did he not finish up with him long time ago? Why is he still disturbing people if he's the one disturbing people? That's what we always ask ourselves about these so-called systems of good versus evil. And remember what I told you in another video. God knows how to do good and evil. Yes. Just the same as angels. Angels can do good and evil, and humans can do good and evil. It's as simple as that. And the Bible has explained why humans do good and evil. They ate from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. That was a godly tree. You see, before they ate from that tree, my belief is they were like animals. They were innocent. Animals do not know what is good or evil. Do you know why their animals have sex and no animal stops them? Yes, even gay sex, they have it very easily. It is because they have no sense of good and evil.